We're back now with the latest on gun reform. Over the weekend, a bipartisan group of senators reaching an agreement on potential legislation. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
For weeks, calls for gun control growing louder across the country after the massacres in Buffalo and Uvalde. And now a bipartisan group of senators has reached an agreement on what could be some of the most significant gun reform in more than a generation.
There's still a lot of work to do. There's still a long way to go, but I'm really encouraged by today's announcement.
The plan, drafted by 10 Democrats and 10 Republicans, would strengthen background checks, allowing juvenile records to be screened for gun buyers younger than 21, expand gun restrictions for convicted domestic violence abusers, allocate funding for states enacting red flag laws to temporarily remove guns from those considered dangerous, and bolster school security and mental health programs.
I will put this bill on the floor ASAP, as soon as possible, so that Congress can quickly act to do something meaningful against gun violence.
President Biden had called for stricter laws, including banning assault weapons and high-capacity magazines altogether, and if not, raising the age to buy them from 18 to 21. The president saying, obviously it does not do everything that I think is needed, but it reflects important steps in the right direction. After striking a deal, Texas Republican Senator John Cornyn speaking out, saying the tragedies in Uvalde and elsewhere cried out for action. David Hogg, who survived the Parkland mass shooting, says this step gives him hope.
It makes me want to cry like tears of happiness. This is just a first step. It's not the last.
Now, this is a deal on principles. The legislative text still needs to be written, which means there's still a ways to go before these provisions potentially become law. And sources tell ABC the fine print will be critical to keep enough Republicans on board. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.